Alright, hello guys, welcome to Bahrain. I'm just quickly adjusting the camera position. Like this should be fine. Good evening, Marvin. And let's do some driving. Well, we are back at Bahrain and we are gonna do another Fuji, but maybe in a different car. We have Michi on the track this time though. And then we are going to try the intermediate combos, which I have not tried before yet. This week at least. We have already splatted a bug. If you know what that means in LMU. After yesterday's misfortunes, all the camera settings have completely reset. So I hope I have managed to retrieve the correct values and that the stream looks good. Some values were completely different. The focus, I had like 180% or whatever it's the unit before. I had to put it like 135 now. I don't know how cameras work and what happens, but either way, I think stuff should be correct. Yeah, well, quality time. This things stop resetting, right? Even on fixed setup, now the fuel and the brake bias and so on remain after sessions, which this has not been like that before, I think. A welcome fix. Alright. Well, good evening, Jankers. Good evening, Alex. Well, good evening. Saying that, but we have already spoken not long ago, so... cold tires. This feels colder than yesterday, but well, the settings are obviously exactly the same. Well, thank you, Marvin. I will... well, you know what happened yesterday? I tried to start the race and got speeding penalty, even though I did no speeding, but I was just out of position, supposedly. The speeding was relative to P1, and I will try my best to figure out exactly how the limits are. I have talked to the devs a little bit, so I got some better understanding. I'll try to remember every bit of it. But well, it seems like for the starts, what I didn't know was that P2 is actually the most risky, because if you are in any other row except of the front row, you can be ahead of the car behind you, or like ahead of the car beside you. So if you are P4, you can actually be ahead of P3 and you will not get a penalty. But if you're a P2, you cannot be ahead of P1. So it's actually the most strict for P2. And I was P2 yesterday. Hello team. So here we go. First quali lap. Tires are cold, so this is not gonna be representative yet. But still good to push it so I can get some feeling. Oh, thank you, Alex. Yeah, I've done it fully myself, right? No, seriously, thank you, Alex, for that help. And for the thumbnail. To remember to put brake bias a bit to the rear for that corner. The standing screen is going a bit weird. It was flashing like crazy or like going up, down, up, down. Oh, that was a track limit, I guess. I ran too wide over that curb. Oh, it's doing it again. Okay, so tires should be kind of up to temp. Bit wide. That curb looks so smooth, but it just shakes the car. Brake bias. That curb on the apex of that corner looked way higher than it actually feels. Well, Timothy, it's gonna be hypercar fixed. Actually, I should call you by the YouTube username, right? Nus. Or is it a S or is it a Sh? It's P1 for now. One more try. The turn 1 apex curb a bit, but I don't even know if it's better to take it or not. It's an S, thank you. Well, hi Joao, let's see about the drive-thrus. I've done a little bit too many yesterday. Bit too wide again. I overdid that brake bias change now. I guess 49.6 is kind of a sweet spot. Gonna be tight with Michi, but he's doing another lap. Well, provisional pole. With just one purple sector. That delta is not right. Let's see.
Whee!
Oh well, nice pole.
I thought I threw it all away.
I went to 48 point something brake bias for that double left hairpin and I actually lost the rear a little bit.
Oof. I understeered into every turn. I have 38 liters to
38, okay.
offer. But please double check.
I think I did 35 yesterday. No, actually I did 50 because I ran out of time to calculate it. No, I think 38 should be fine.
Copy.
Double check if the brakes are still good. I just refuse to believe that these settings don't reset every session change, but we'll have to get used to the game being
Remember to
fixed.
start accelerating when the
Yes,
lights turn
yes,
green.
I'm remembering all the time. Yeah, yesterday I got the message like start or how's it go? It says go, but then it immediately showed stop or like wait, and it like flashed between both options like this. It flashed a bit, but yeah. Well, I'm staying in the green now.
No, I got a warning for erratic driving.
Out of line. Okay, let's do a good start now. No
You have the whole
penalties.
speed already?
No. Yes. No penalties. Yes.
Well, at least you're not losing a position.
Yep. Not yet.
I'm fearing a dive bomb.
That curb. Was
This
too
turn is
close.
giving me a huge headache.
Brake bias change manually every lap.
No.
Which is fighting the understeer. I keep forgetting that on the default setup this car handles the curbs extremely well, and on an optimized setup it can barely take the curbs. Oof, sorry.
Oh my god. Like torpedo Danny.
I looked at the brake markers, but they just didn't appear, and then suddenly you were braking. I don't know.
I mean, I almost outbroke myself in the first place.
Copy. What was that? Oh well, time to settle in a little bit. I missed a bit of your messages, but was busy not crashing. I don't think there was dirty air. Like this car basically doesn't have any dirty air or any slipstream. It's so minimal. So, Timotei or Nus, or however I should call you, so that people understand who I'm talking about. I drove Toyota at Portimao. Well, you know that video where I compared real life pole position, but I never really raced it. But it should be fast, right? The Toyota is good in the corners. But I thought of making myself what did I want to say? I thought of making myself suffer with a Lamborghini today. It's gonna be a cut. I forgot to fix the brake bias. She's taking the F1 line, but I think it's better to maybe V-shape it a bit more. I don't know. Do I like the way the Toyota handles? I hate how it behaves on the exits. Now look at the huge slipstream effect of the LMP2s. Kind of there, but not really. She is off. And he's off again. He's really understeering all around.
I don't get this LMP2 really. Like on initial braking I just locked the rear.
Rear?
Yeah, I had a massive snap.
Maybe that was off the rubbered line now, but I'm just locking the front. I'm understeering on exits though, a lot. Hi Ezio. Yeah, Joao, I could make macros, but I don't know, like in most of series, in esports series that I have raised, there were rules that would make such things almost directly illegal. Although, yeah, adjusting a button to do like a ×5 or ×3 clicks should not be... Oh. Michi. Another rear snap or...
Yup. Just
How?
completely locked the rears.
52.3 bias.
Nah, 51.4.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your brake pressure?
I left it stock 75.
Ah, I got 85.
Cool. On the setup I could use 83, 85, but on this setup I cannot use it. Too stiff front, too high up in the air, I think. Turn.
Yeah, I would feel like giving away time on those brakes though, if I don't go up. Like, the brakes are so weak anyway.
I don't know, I think I'm very gentle, like I don't smash them like with an F1 car, I kind of load them up in the iRacing way, maybe.
Makes probably sense.
I'll check Motec after the race actually, to see if I'm actually using
Then like
all
I'm
the
approaching
travel.
the apex and I'm just understeering.
I'm pretty neutral into the corner, but as soon as I go on throttle, it starts doing weird things. Just bluntly rotated the brake bias knob and hoped that the bias would be correct, and it was actually the perfect value. But I mean, it would be so nice if it was allowed to use the macros to like map a brake bias per corner, so then you would just figure out what bias you want in every corner, and it will just automatically select it. Which is what they are doing in real life, in high-end racing anyway, I suppose, but in the sims and in the simulation, race simulation esports, it's most often not illegal. Gonna be a cut. The pit lane is still honking, and it's been a long time since I got that honking for like almost every lap in sector 2 now, but I forgot about brake bias, a lock. But now, like, this was third time that I took that right hairpin and I heard the pit lane horn. I don't know, they're just not fixing it, although that's probably the last bug on the list. Way more important things to be fixed. Maybe it's not even a bug, it's like Bahrain landmark, or like sound, I don't know what's the proper word in English for that. Bahrain trademark in LMU. A random pit entry honk. Do you think they don't do it in WEC? You mean the brake bias? I mean, to be honest, the conditions change a lot more in real life compared to the sim, so it can be dangerous to like optimize it per
when
corner.
I brake gentlier, I'm more tentative to lose the rear.
I'm just like 51.9 or 52.3 everywhere apart from that double left hairpin.
Yeah, I see why.
This front left block up again on 49.6. But I guess the the bias also depends on the shape of the entry. The more you load the fronts, the more rearwards the bias has to be. So in the end, it's sometimes just better to keep the same bias and just be more safe or more gentle into the corner on the brakes. And maybe just use the worst braking performance, then rather carry more speed through the apex or save fuel. P3 is actually quite close to Michi. And then I move it. But that's so interesting. I moved it too far ahead and then I lost the rear. I don't know what's going on there with the brakes. It's so weird. It's very inconsistent. Now the front is just not doing anything. Big lockup. I don't even know what to do with the bias, it's so weird. Maybe it's due to the setup being so weird. So well, like 3 laps to go, so let's not try to find some new scientific discoveries in some gravel. This corner is oversteery on the entry and exit. And then you arrive here thinking it's gonna turn, but it just doesn't turn at all. Pick up more and more. I need to keep it safer. Michi is closing in. I suppose it's worth using the gap a bit to test some stuff. It's going to actually be... It's right on the edge between 2 and 3 more laps, I think. Hi, Jim. This corner is really good. Maybe TC is doing too little. And then here, I don't know. Maybe I just need to drag the brakes a bit more. But I always end up understeering here. And here then a bit of a lockup. Finally I got the apex. Wait, lap time is 1:48 and it's 1:48 to go. I think this is the last lap. Has to be.
It's tied with the extra lap, isn't it?
Yep. Do you want extra or not?
I don't care.
I think I would need a PB to make extra lap, to be honest. I mean, the delta is green, so...
Copy.
But I think it was like 47 when I crossed the line, so no chance. Especially with failing to hit the apex
Was green,
once
I
again.
guess.
Was green.
Copy.
I don't know, I braked earlier but still missed the apex.
That's probably just a classic turn 10 moment.
Issue is there was barely any lap without the classic turn 11 moment. Wait, is it
Yep.
turn 10 or 11? Or
10.
12? 10, okay. So anyway, it would be possible with clean race to do extra lap, but whatever. It's fine. We take the P1, we didn't have the drive-through.
Woohoo! Fastest lap because of 20,000.
So improved, you were 6,000 faster in quali.
Yeah, now it's 20.
I managed to lock the rears into turn 1 once with 50 to 8 because I put it forward by mistake. But then I was also braking with 49 something into T1 and I didn't lock the rear. Let's see what I'm doing.
Like, I got annoyed
I'm on.
out of this turn 1. Like, you compromised me into turn 1, which was obviously fine. There I locked the front on the initial...
What is that?
on the initial turn into the apex, and then on the way to turn 4. Yeah, I brake. If you ever look at turn 4, I brake and I immediately lock the rear.
What lap?
4. The moment I hit the brake, I mean, yeah, I go up to 100%, but still, like, you see immediately me twitching the rear, having to opening the brake.
I see. Well, you did brake quite late, to be honest.
Yeah, I did. But still though.
Yeah, I was checking Motec and I see that I'm actually using like full input for like, let's say, 10 meters into turn 1. 585, 6, so yeah, like 15 meters maybe. So I could get away with a bit more brake pressure and get more performance, but
Yeah,
also
I mean I
probably more
broke too
locking.
hard, but still, like, that's the inconsistency of this car.
Yeah, it's quite inconsistent on this setup. Well, I guess on any setup. Oh, it threw me out of the... It didn't show my results. Event history. Rank breakdown. What's that photo behind? Ah, the flag, right?
Oh, they screwed the timing again. So multi-class open is now.
No way.
Yeah. Says so.
Ah, I see. Ah, so it switched over, but I
Yeah.
checked it before and it was fine.
Yerde! Why?
So we
Yeah,
have beginner, so in 5 minutes we have GT fixed, and then it's going to be
the
2045,
hypercar.
2045 hypercar. They have fixed, or like they have rotated them around. Like
Yeah.
I looked at it, it was the other way around. I don't know.
Oh, I don't care. Like, so okay, I'm gonna join you then with the GTE, and then I'm gonna do the fixed hyper and be off.
Okay.
So Ferrari or Porsche?
Toyota. No,
I take
Lamborghini.
Porsche.
Oh, the
GTE.
GTs. I took the Corvette yesterday. I saw the Porsche had locking up everywhere.
Okay.
So we have Ferrari versus Porsche, I suppose.
I haven't picked the Ferrari yet. Actually, I gained DR from the LMP2 race. What? Crazy. Let me see who's signed up. Ferrari versus Porsche.
There is a poor Aston.
I mean,
How
the
far off is
leaderboard is
Aston?
quite... I don't know. I haven't seen a single Aston in the top 100 of the leaderboard. P100. But yeah, those times are a bit sus, of course.
Thank you, Jonathan. And thank you, Idzio and Marvin. Ask Michi to smile more. Well, I suppose he's smiling now, so... Let me know again if he's too serious at some point. But, I mean... if you have LMP2 that's behaving inconsistently, then... the smile can quite quickly go away. I was quite off pace yesterday. Polesny with Corvette was fast. So Corvette is good. But well, anyway, let's see how the Ferrari behaves. And I was still gold when I set that lap time. Before going minus 38. Due to somebody having no rear wing. High Pete, yes, the thunder has come and has gone. There were some more rains during the night, but today it's been quite a sunny day. And it's gonna get hotter again. I think close to 35 degrees as the week progresses, so I'll start roasting here once again. Wait, I want to check actually. I cannot check the leaderboard for the Bahrain. I looked at 1 minute 18 and it was actually frozen. Like I thought that something is wrong, but then it went from 18 to 16.
Any tips for the GTs?
Brake bias to the rear. Wait, what was it with the Porsche? Like 47 or 48 something? Brake bias?
Can't remember.
Yeah, it required quite a lot to the rear. I'm just gonna sit here and wait because the loading would have maybe. Well, I would just be able to practice pit exit and turn one, and maybe the game would have crashed again. Actually, let me be right back.
Wow, 47 is crazy, Mike. In the SS, the car just wants to rotate on me. Copy.
Can't believe it. I'm back. Crashed again.
Copy. Oh no.
Separation anxiety is complex. Well, that explains. Just had a very, very quick snack. Now I will have the pleasure of actually my first lap being in the quali session. So turn 1 braking zone is gonna be fun. It's FAB. FAB is on. Alright. Oh no, I clicked away from the main window on 48%. Don't crash me. Okay, didn't crash me. Whew. Guess a bit less fuel and full brake force and see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Caught the slide. I mean, I'll let the wheelbase catch it. Don't know how far back I need to move that BB, but it's gonna be hard to figure it out now because the tires are cold, so it's gonna lock the fronts more. This is kind of good. Double check if stream is still running. I think it's a bit darker than it was yesterday, but I don't know what's up with the contrast. I think the monitor is just a lot brighter than the wheel and hands and everything. Well, that's fine. What did I have? 40. I'll take 49 and see what it does. Ah. Wally mix. I don't know why the TC is not really cooperating with me there. Like, immediately as I floor the throttle, it's cutting a lot, but then at some point it just decides that no, that's been enough. You are on your own to catch any other slide or wheel spin. And I have to remember that the Ferrari peak power is a bit early. Here the TC was doing its job. Let's see if I floor it here. I don't know, I'll put cut 3. So here we go, 3 laps of Q. Where to brake. That was alright. Two big understeer. Although the tires are still not up to temp yet, so...
Have you done any laps before?
Nope.
Interesting, it's gonna be fun.
Yep. I think the rear of this Ferrari is kind of more stable than the Corvette. It's a bit easier to drive. So let's see the lap times. Somebody's fast. Need to find some good lap time there. Not enough for pole yet. The gear ratios on this car are super weird, like first and second are so aggressive, but then the third is already quite long, and the sixth is just way too long. I think I'm just staying in second in the hairpins. Taken a bit shallower exit, V-shaped it a bit more, and seemingly there is better grip if I do that. I should have gone to first. Looking good for a provisional pole. But I think I'm the first to cross the line. P3, quite close. They're coming. Oh, very close. What is Michi gonna do? Where is he? No purples. Didn't improve.
Well, I've thrown pole.
Less than 2 tenths between P1 and P4 though.
Yeah, no last to first.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm sorted. So how many minutes? 22?
Yeah, I think it was 35 liters yesterday. I'm double checking.
What is the lap times we do? 98?
38, 39.
Yeah, I get 36. Sounds about right. Soft tire or medium?
We have a choice.
Yes. Let's see what the rest is doing.
Yes, soft.
Yeah, everyone is on the soft. Well, fork it. I would
Good luck in
appreciate you reacting to the lights and time.
Do my best. Hold speed.
So, guy in second forgot to.
Brake bias.
Whatever.
Good luck. Don't forget brake bias.
I am scared. Shit. I jumped the stuff
Yeah.
again. Ferrari top speed galore, what the hell?
An Aston is coming through. Well, that's the only thing you can do at Fuji. Park it on the very inside into turn 1, and then you're safe. Most of the time, at least. That Porsche is going fast now. No, Ferrari always has had very good acceleration initially. So it's good out of hairpins and so on. But well, at least speaking of the RF2 experience, it always struggled a lot with tire wear. It was actually not good on top speed because the 6th gear was just way too long. And the Porsche normally has good top speed, but lacks the initial acceleration, so let's see how P2 manages that. Yeah, I mean, I will not say I clicked with the Ferrari, but when we had that GT Pro Season 5, I think,
Porsche doesn't have any straight line speed. Like, we're in double draft and you're still driving away from us on the straight.
until 6th gear at least. Remember, the Ferrari has unusable 6th.
Yeah.
So yeah, when RF2 still had good esports, there was this great GT Pro season, taken the Ferrari, and struggled a lot, but won the championship just because I managed to hold on to the lead 1 or 2 times where I just didn't have the pace, but I had the acceleration so I could defend every attack. I mean, it could be different now in LMU to some extent, but mostly it's still the same cars, apart from the tire model. And the Porsche is fast in the corners. Did I forget? Ah, yeah, PC. Have to put to max so it stops doing on-off too much. Then the Porsche is completely left behind. The difference is quite a lot bigger than I thought. Jonathan, the Corvette that I tried yesterday, it was good. I think it's very positive on the brakes, so like I think the front dives quite a lot on the brakes, which gives it a lot of front downforce on the braking zones, so you can push it a lot on the brakes. But then the rear kind of tends to step out maybe if you overdo it on the steering wheel. But it seems fast. I think all the cars except Aston are very competitive, and then Aston is a bit off. maybe. About the tire model, up and down, cannot really say, like, I mean, for sure it's modeled, like, the model includes the sidewall stiffness and everything like that, and back in RF2 days it used to flex way too much and the tires felt kind of balloony, but here I think it's quite stiff, but yeah, there is still sidewall flex, of course, to some extent. Mitch is going for P2. And the Corvette is a nice car, for sure. But till now, there was never like a huge incentive for me to like work on the setup, because the default setups are quite like extremely stable or like extremely understeer on exits to make them stable, so the car characteristics in the corners could change, well, significantly with optimized setups that are done for the ultimate pace. And when we have open setups, I always tend to go for hypercars. So I have not really learned much about GTEs at all. Yes, Daniela, I'm learning. This whole stream is just about not getting a drive-through. At least not on purpose, like, maybe I take it on purpose for the, well, not for the hypercars. The hypercar race at Portimao is gonna be very, very challenging as I'm taking the Lamborghini. Is it Lamborghini or Lamborghini in Italian? Yes, Lamborghini is the American pronunciation. Lamborghini. Understood. No, actually the American pronunciation is Lambo. That Porsche is super fast through those corners there. Just have to be focused on the braking zones, not to snap a wheel and not to have him dive me. Racing PCs, yeah, well, the Porsche should wear the rears quite a lot. Although I think relatively the Ferrari could have the highest tire wear. Let's see what Michi does here. Ooh. Nice lock-up.
Jernej! Why?
I was looking in the mirrors and somehow I immediately heard the locking sound. This is the Porsche corner. Eyes on the chat. No, I need to kind of defend almost.
What a move on the
Porsche
braking.
is locking. But yeah, I'm sorting my chat out of few problems. I have already an add-on, but I need to look into it to make it work. What? Lamburgumber. Ah, yeah, I know. I know those memes. FOV for GTE. Well, I just use 26 degrees for every car in LMU and RF2. And then I just move the camera forward enough so that I
So
just
on the straights, you're basically untouchable, huh?
see the pillar. Yes, looks like. At least versus Porsche. But then we have this corner and I just carry 15 kph less.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I will have to defend this. Or maybe not, because I'm just so fast on the straight. No. Well, nice move from him, to be honest. Oops. Sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, I was about to get a run on him back for the lead.
Well,
No.
you have a draft. And Ferrari goes brrrr.
Oh yes. Ah.
The Porsche brakes go brrrr too.
Yeah, and the Ferrari brakes go wee. I don't have a high-pitched enough sound to like reconstruct the lockup. Okay, I need to kind of focus now to stay close to them. I don't know. That Porsche dive was really a big one into this chicane, but I mean, fair enough, like he stopped the car, he didn't push me off, so... Yeah. This is not gonna be easy. I was just having a smooth evening ride, enjoying the Japanese scenery. And a swarm of Porsches is trying to eat me alive. And now I have to work hard instead of cruising. Alright, what is it? 5 more laps? Why do I have so much fuel? How much fuel do I have?
15.7.
I have 19 for some reason. Well, motor map. Maybe that's the reason, but again, unless they fixed it, it's 1 more horsepower, or maybe 2. Which is not much. Mitch will start attacking, and then I can have a run on them. Maybe. But I seemingly given myself a BOP with 4 extra liters for no reason at all. We will do wheel into turn 1 and we will be 3 wide on the exit. Tire wear is not best. Too far for a 3 wide. Will he dive Michi? He's certainly close enough for a opportunistic move. He got into Michi's head at least. Ooh, big dive. Ah, that curb. Come on, power.
You know what's the sad story?
What?
Guy thinks it's absolutely right to do what he's doing.
Well, no crashes yet, so.
Because I took avoiding action how often?
Yep. I thought I would have better run out of sector 3 and then would be able to overtake them. At least one of them, but then I was just about too far. But more chances soon. This should be interesting. Come on, accelerate. Chance into the high-speed corners, but now we have left Michi to win it easily. Thought I had a great switchback at turn 1, but that curb is so aggressive. I went for the green stuff and upon returning I got launched into the air.
Need to sell him a dummy.
Well, I have more than enough time for something.
Copy. You also
But
have
let's
more
see.
than enough space for something.
Yes. Bonk. That was a dirty bonk from me, but I'm on the outside anyway, so he will take this position. Ooh, I understeered so far off to the left. There is just no front downforce on this car.
Happened.
Understeer.
Increase front wing.
Oh, I didn't think of that before. Like, my idea was so good, but it turned out so stupid. It was obviously never gonna work. Where is TC? Gonna be one more lap. My best chance would have been into turn 1. Usually struggles into the chicane. Oh dear.
Wanna have a tow?
It's fine. No chance at all. Ay ay ay. P1 to P3. Oh well. Was quite a race on the limit there with P2, but fair enough.
Unlucky.
Nice win, Michi. No, I was doing like a fun evening ride around Fuji area, and suddenly some Porsches are dive bombing me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were running away at the front when being on that first straight, and then suddenly we kept closing in those corners.
Yeah, in the corners I never had a chance. I had good braking and turning into the chicane, but then even out of chicane I didn't really gain, just because it's like sideways and I could not really use the traction.
Yeah, I saw you were sideways a lot. But I fiddled a lot with the traction control in the end. So let's have a quick look. How much time do we have till?
Supposedly the 40-mile race is in 20 minutes.
So we can dive a little bit into it.
Yeah, I'll just quickly check the replay. Why is this doing the bug? I mean, in every racing series rules, I had every right to turn in, and then we would both spin. But I left him the space. Then the Ferrari... here I thought he's gonna ram me again, so I kind of swerved a bit to left. And then it was an easy dive for him. And then I could not get back because Michi was there. Bonk, bonk, double bonk. And then Michi is coming back. It was just a bit of an unlucky situation. Then I don't really have the brakes. Oh well. I think I had a run here. This was my best one. I don't know. Felt like I was just slightly too close for a clean switchback. Yeah, I bonked him. That was the one with the big oof on the exit. I went into the grass. I took it as if it was the Nürburgring turn 1 hairpin where it's just like a point apex, but this is actually quite a long corner for a hairpin. So a switchback will put you onto the grass and then hook to the curb. Oof. Yeah, I mean in the end, no real crashes or incidents. It's just. I mean, I'm not even mad. It's good racing. But if I wanted to win, I would have to keep ahead. Or like just behind before going on the straight, but I was in the wrong positions. So P3 it is going to be, but it's still going to be a good DR gain. Because I'm still silver. Why is it not showing me automatically the results? +2, alright. I've lost so much of this DR, I don't know. I think I lost around 100% because of bugs or unfortunate incidents. Well, I guess that goes for everyone anyway. So now we go to intermediate. And we will... Wait. Was there some weather? It's opening this one, so I cannot see the detailed weather. Fun to watch. Yeah, well, it was fun to drive as well. Cannot complain. The pace of that other guy was really, really good. Register, and now, well, I have put the Lamborghini on the thumbnail, so I have to take the Lamborghini and hope for the best. All clouds and no rain. Alright. I would have loved some rain, to be honest. I keep thinking of those GTEs, like they have been much better after the update on the tires. Like before the update, you were basically just managing the rear. You were never really fully turning in. The front was just like a suggestion, and then you were managing the rear not to like spin out, which was very broken. And I think it was partly due to extreme default setups, which were very esports feeling. But now, after the update, they have made more stable setups, but the actual update, well, it settled down the rear and gave the front a bit more solidness. But it's still like a bit weird, like, you know, there is like a lack of precision. Like you turn in a bit and you turn on the brakes, like rotate on the brakes, and then you leave the brakes, and then it kind of stops turning a bit, and then you just try to feel where to put the steering wheel, and it's just not as precise as one would imagine it should be. I really wonder why that is, and if maybe that's just FFB. But in RF2 or LMU, FFB is basically what the tire is doing. There is not much between, so to remember to go to calibrate, and I think I used around 500 wheel range for the Lambo. Nothing else to be clicked. Alright. It's... this is the furthest the Lambo can go. Alright. It's fixed. It's fixed setup. Not really load my esports Imola setup. That was not really esports enough because it was bouncing too much. Alex, I think it should be 22 minutes. Like, I think all these races are the same length. Oh, it always feels good going from low-powered car to I mean, the GTEs are not a weak car or low-powered cars, but still, like, compared to these hypercars, it's insane. This one just rockets out of corners. What did I do with the ARBs on my Imola setup? I cannot really recall. Brake bias was a bit too rearwards. Hi Colin. Track is quite hot, so the tires should be up to temp soon. But I honestly think the Lambo could be good here, because the car is not too great on top speed, but it's good in the corners. Just need to recalibrate my brain in these 15 minutes. Ah yes, thank you Colin for the reminder. I overshoot the braking zone. I don't know, I cannot stop this car while tires are still heating up. Yeah, I never really like to beg for the likes and so on, but... oh well. If you like it, then like it, and I will be appreciating it. Oh, what was that? It was a big like freeze and FFB reset. I think it's still that bug. Sometimes when somebody joins a server, it resets the FFB. And yes, Daniela, it's, yeah, exactly. It's quite weird. I think I'm just braking too late here. The TC lights were flashing like crazy, but then in the corner before they were just not doing anything. Is this flat out? Maybe. Oh, track limits. Tough luck. Alex, I have no idea. I keep overshooting every single braking zone. Finally kind of an apex. Let's see what TC does here. It's a bit better now that I increased it, but it still struggles. Okay, let's then finally set a lap time. FFB just disappears when going into hairpin. Didn't feel that at Imola. Although Imola doesn't really have like a conventional ultra slow hairpin. Oh, yeah. Some other cars can take that curb, but the Lambo starts flying. So let's see. Quite off pace compared to the Toyota. Don't have enough fuel anyway. Nice overcorrect. Seventeen laps, copy. Out of fuel. fastest way to escape. Phew. It's Sander, fellow Formula Sim Racing WC competitor. Yeah, he's gonna be fast, especially if he's kind of tried hard, but maybe the Lambo is going to give me a big struggle. I have 5 more minutes. Fuel per laps. Oh, I forgot to check. Actually, the virtual energy doesn't matter, right? So I can just check the fuel. Okay, so yeah, let's say 2.8 per lap. Is he in the garage? Just going out. Why is he in the temp car? I guess I need to click start driving and then wait for the cars to load. Okay. So this is Sanders on board. Yeah, I'll be back in 3 minutes. 48 liters for the race. I think I'm just gonna take 50 also for the short formation. Yeah, BRB. Oh, before BRB, let me fix this silly program because it's killing the colors for you. Alright, yeah. I hope I hope Sander has been driving well. Yeah, he's taking a lot of that curb as well, but the Toyota just reacts a lot more gently to that curb. What, 1 more minute to go? I guess no real sense to... Well, I guess... I don't know. Thinking if I should go for another lap or not, but the tires will never be up to temp. Wait, is my camera kind of... I would need to fix it more properly.
What lap times did you do?
33.3?
33.3.
There is Sander Kalash with 31.8.
Yeah, I did a 32.1. Well, Pepper Pray.
Should I unregister and change for Toyota?
As you wish. It's going to be a Toyota Cup.
I have the Lambo on the
the faith.
thumbnail, so
And the content, yeah.
yeah, let's see. Yeah, Sander is going to be quick, and Timothy is doing this race. So many Toyotas. I will try to find some pace. The Toyota is 1.2 faster than the Peugeot, and the Peugeot is probably faster than the Lambo. So maybe the 1.5 second is the realistic target. I thought the cars would be kind of more close together than that. Because at Imola they were really good. Of course, the default setups change things a lot. And, when we raced, I think we were Ferrari versus
I'm stupid,
Lambo.
I forgot to click. In before crash now.
Well, 2 minutes of practice to go.
True.
At Imola, the Lambo was able to get the pole position, and then the Ferrari was faster in the longer run, but not by a second. It was maybe 3/10. Here on this default setup, perhaps I don't know. I've been told the cars are BOP'd on the default setups, and that they are quite close together. So. Let's see what happens. So 1 minute of practice. .31.6 on Track Titan. Yeah, I think that Track Titan is using maybe the medium preset or like the heavy preset for the real road. And here now in the practice we probably have light. But Track Titan as well has developed setups, right? So it's surely going to be significantly quicker than this. Even though this isn't too bad. Like the balance is good. I just need to get better. Oh, I heard the notification for... Oh, I'm losing the words. Subscriber. But I still don't have the app that would show who subscribed, so thank you, new sub. Much appreciated. But I'm on it. button? No. Getting used to the new button assignments on this old wheel rim. I want to do more Peugeot as well at some point. I want to try it at some Le Mans event because it's quite good in the straight line. Actually, I just don't have enough FFB all around. I think I should have increased the multiplayer. Or what, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Multiplier. Because the GTEs kind of have stronger FFB and then the LMP2 has it very strong, and then in the hypercars it's just a bit too weak. Need to up it to like 0.65. Anyway, I missed the apex a lot. The start-finish line is quite late anyway. Kind of slide it into turn 2, but without a big snap. Purples. So let's see, 30, okay, 30 to 6, not that bad. Slide again. This time it was much worse. Curb. One more attempt. But still 1.5 of pace. Oh dear. That's gonna be a cut probably. Actually not. PC is doing less and less of a job here. Almost a cut. So actually I'm able to just abuse the exit curves. That means that the stock setup has extremely high ride heights. Yeah, I can just drive across them with without any bottoming. It means that, yeah, the front of the car is just in the sky. Which means instantly half a second phase deficit just from that, I would estimate. Oh well. Wait, somebody... I did improve, obviously. So only 1.4 off pace. And actually, let's quickly go to settings and controls and force feedback and put this to 67, let's say. Well, P6, let's see. Maybe I can battle for P4. But top 3 are gonna have a race of their own. Such a pace difference. You guys in top 3 can do a drive-through at the end of lap 1, right?
Hey, yeah. I mean, not everyone will agree, which is an issue.
Yep.
Watch for Callas leading the race in lap 2 because he is the first with the temperature in the tires.
Hmm. I haven't seen him race LMU yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, the Toyota... I don't know, I guess Toyota would be good at Imola as well. It's good here. It would maybe not be that good if last corner was very easily flat out, because maybe it struggles a bit with top speed. But I'm seriously confused by why is the Lambo so far off in the fixed setup.
How long is the race?
25? I don't know.
22, I hope.
Maybe it's 22.
The game
I
showed me 22 minutes.
Could be, I don't know, I have no idea. Supposedly it's 25? Well, we will see over the line.
Yeah, I'm fucked then. Nice UI.
What is the hold speed? Just gonna deploy the speed limiter. $25.
Awesome.
Poor Michi. Yeah, Daniela, I don't know. There is always way too long of a wait there. What is Kalash doing? Going for that apex? There is Michi in P2 struggling to save the fuel.
Yeah, it's
Maybe-
17 laps.
Gonna be an interesting race.
Keep them busy, please.
Trying my best. Thunder is all over the road for some reason. Well, this is turning into quite a thriller. Let's see how slow Miche has to go to save the fuel. But I need to push way too hard to stay there. The apex. I think the Toyota's weak point is traction. Saw a car backwards in the mirror. Ah yes, instead of drive-through for the content, it's under-fuel for the content. An unfortunate UI bug for the content. The Lambo is so stable in this corner. That's one of the most unstable corners for most of the cars. wide. So Michi is pulling a gap despite having to fuel save. Well, Margan, I'm trying, but well, I mean, it's pretty telling that Michi has to save a lot of fuel, but I'm still not able to go close. And the guy behind me is way too close for comfort. So very late on the brakes. Alright. Just about fast enough to keep the P4 for now, but I need P2 and P3 to battle. Big rotation from the sausage. Tenths quicker than Michi this lap. I'll take an off track. Wait, that was not an off track. I'll take a bit more of the off track then. Timothy is 11 seconds into the lead. Beautiful line through the corner. Going to be a solid PB. Still Michi gained a 10th on me. And then it was a track limit. I don't think I did much different than previous lap. Yes, Joao, Toyota Cup with a Rogue Lambo. It was extremely slow drift. Yeah, about the BMW, probably it's good, yes. Come on, P1 or P2 and P3 keep battling. Which missed the apex. Maybe a dive incoming. No, too far. I'm missing the apex. It's so hard, this car. I'm keeping it kind of consistent, at least within 2/10s-ish.
Yeah, no, you're not under fuel, aren't you?
No, I'm pushing like crazy.
That's a sad story.
Yep. Portimao is actually beautiful in the clouds. Like this section here, when you reach like, feels like you're going into the heaven. Then you're struck with one of the worst corners all around, with huge understeer. Can't believe that Mitch is still running away despite all the fuel saving. Nice, Joao. Must be a beautiful venue to watch a race. Antias Colin, I suppose. Although Toyota's rear is worse. Keep it going. More bonks, more side by side. Now I need a big dive from Michi. Although I guess Michi doesn't have fuel for a dive. Unlucky. The Lamborghini is more stable than it looks. Like, it snaps easily, but it's quite easy to catch even a big moment. Apart from that one into Porsche curves at Le Mans. I think the Lambo now is taking the curbs so well because the default setup is basically having 1 meter ride height, like it's so high in the air. And it's just so slow and just has no grip, but it can take the curbs extremely well. And then in low speed you just have nothing on the front, just washes wide. Even this curb here, like, you can just take it. In any other car it's bottoming like crazy. I don't know what this default setup about, it's so not optimal. Trying my hardest to stay with chance of the podium, but it's gonna be difficult. Then this big understeer in low speed into the apex. At least I can do this without a problem. The braking point was good, but I was pointing too far to the left. SpaceX setup, exactly. The front just doesn't do anything into low speed. It's usually a sign of way too stiff and too high front. Because I think brake bias is fine. And then the balance in corners like this, it's not too bad. Like, I think the faster that the corner is, the better the balance is. Which makes sense again, because the suspension is more squashed. The car is more to the ground and produces more downforce. Ah, the tire overheated completely. I hope they could battle for P2 and P3, but even with that huge fuel saving, turns out I had no chance against the Toyota. So if they don't crash... Wait, Mitch is P2 now. I wonder if Sander had the UI bug as well and had to save fuel as well. I assume Michi has oversaved the fuel and is now able to fully push. So they just shot off into the distance. Ah, curb. Luckily he messed up behind. One more lap. Yes, indeed, Daniela. But at least for now I know that I can defend. Not leaving any chance. Well, that's been a hard... Wait, where is that car? Okay. Okay, he's off. That's been a very hard fought before. I'm surprised by how slow the Lambo
You want
is.
to have a quick laugh?
Yeah?
Check my onboard, final lap, final hill, final straight.
There was a car parked in the middle, right?
It was going to park there at that point when I passed.
Ah. Good reaction. I mean, you could have seen it, right? A little bit. But then it disappears.
Like it goes to the wall and then it disappears behind the crest and I'm not doing...
Yeah, and if he braked, he would be on the left, and if he didn't...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought he would brake, but he didn't brake, so... Jimmy, penalty. Failed to lock brakes.
Oh, yeah.
So how was the Lambo?
Well, it was good when you and Sander were doing normal pace, but then you started going the Toyota pace.
Normal pace is good. Man, I underfueled, I think, 6 liters.
And you were faster, saving dramatically compared to Lambo full push.
Mm-hmm.
The Lambo, like, I'm gonna check the Motec now, but like it can just take every curb at any speed. Like, I don't know who made this setup. Just not optimized at all.
It's... I think it's more an LMDH issue, to be honest.
It's so high up in the air that like my notebook is out of range. Like, I need to adjust the range.
So you're basically right height, like a cat could walk underneath the car.
Yeah, like, I mean, well, not a cat, but maybe a snail. Yeah, like in the hairpins, the rear goes almost like to 100 millimeters. That's
Wow.
insane.
Imagine the snail being attached to the chassis and then creating massive downforce from the chassis.
Yeah, I mean, either way, the guy who did this setup,
Needs to be taken into a dark room.
yeah. Yeah, thank you for finishing the sentence, but
You-
yeah, supposedly for Imola, it's supposed
you
to be
can
kind
take
of on
every curve,
pace,
yeah.
but here, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Imola setup was different, but this is completely broken. Like, it should not be like this.
Yeah, I agree. Oof. Well, nice job holding on.
Yeah, thank you. So that's it for you for now.
Yeah, it's for me. I'm quite done.
All right.
And the misters would be unhappy.
Yes, understood. And I'll go for the LMP2 Open.
Enjoy. Yeah, I don't
Thank
have. Yeah, I
you.
don't want to sweat that.
Well, see you soon.
See you.
Yeah, the NLMI log loads up very fast because I deleted all the old logs, so it loads quicker. But well, guys, if you don't understand what you are seeing here, this is, well, the red is, well, let's see this one. This is unfiltered one. But maybe let's see this one because this is with slight filtering. The red is front right height. The yellow or orange is rear right height. And for a reference, 25 millimeters is where it's bottoming. So like you want to be on the straights around 25 to 30. And also like in the higher speed corners, you want the suspension to be compressed there. I mean, let's load up my Monza setup. Like, this is how it should be, right? The Lambo is like up into the skies. Like, this is crazy lap time loss just from the right heights. Yeah. So am I on the list or not? Okay, now I am. I hope my Monza setup will work on Sebring. So how How do I adjust the rear, the right height of a car? Well, it's mostly the spring rates and the actual like right height settings in the setup, but then also the third element. But you basically like you use the third suspension for the straight line, kind of keeping the chassis away from bottoming, and then you rely more on the normal suspension for the corners and for the low speed. But yeah, it's all a trade-off. Like you can have stiffer suspension on lower ride heights, or you can have higher ride heights and softer suspension. But as long as it hits the good ranges, but if it's up into the sky like the Lambo, then yeah, whatever. Mm. So 2 minutes to figure out the Monza setup. Let's put a lot, maybe not too much, maybe 6 rear wing, a bit of front ARB, and then I need to put a bit more of suspension travel and quickly see what happens. Settings, controls, calibrate. No, I set 380 and force feedback and quite a lot less FFB so I don't die. Camera a bit more forward. This. Yep, Pumpkin, I saw the Cadillac old setup. Yeah, I struggled with it quite a lot. And then when you have a setup that's that high, it's usually like having a lot of front squat or like front dive and rear squat, because it's, well, it has a lot of travel, and that means that then you have also a lot of aero shifting. Although I suppose on the default setups the springs are always so stiff that the aero is kind of stable. Just gonna do a couple of corners. Check the ride heights, how they behave. Okay. Should be good enough for a very quick check. Okay, so front is going on. Yeah, that's the Sebring feature. It's hitting the third backer a little bit. There's a bit of a kink. Let me delete that Lamborghini stuff. I think the suspension is kind of alright here. Ryan, it's an old wheel. The new one is gone for service. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Oh, honk. Okay, turn to garage, start driving. Keep forgetting that the cold tires are really cold. It's always such a great fun to just floor it out of the garage and counter steer. Yankesh, yes, you... yeah, I should take the Lambo more often. I mean, it's a really good fun car, but... yeah, that default setup killed it a little bit. But now I know. This is what the front grip feels like. You go into a corner, you turn in, and it turns. Unlike with the Lambo. I'm really wondering how the others have chosen or like set their setups here. And I wonder how fast, oof, big lockup, how fast the CDA setups are here. For Monza, the CDA setup was too stiff. And I think here, well, with so many bumps, you want to have as soft suspension as you can. If you can get away with it on the straights without heavy bottoming. With softer suspension there would be quite a lot of mechanical grip gain. So let's see the lap times. It's a green sector one, not a purple, so somebody is doing a good job. Yeah, I did hear that Cadillac is very good at Portimao. Tried to upshift to 7th. Well, this car only has 6 gears. Right, tires are up to temp. 2 attempts. I'm having so much of front grip, I'm just not used to it. Yeah, the balance of this setup is really good. I mean, the only thing that I did is just put the ride height in the corners to good position. So it's not too low, it's not too high. The suspension is nice and soft and it just eats the bumps. About Dinahan train. I mean, what should I say? I guess I will just repeat what I said during the race. It was perfectly understandable, but he did a complete overkill. Like he drove as if there is a 100k prize pool, and he wanted to make like fully 0% chance that anybody could get close to McGoggy. But well, FSRWC is not about 100k prize pool, but about crazy good tight racing. So he should have driven faster, at least a bit faster. The Honda, the SimiCube 2 Pro has 25, but I drive 19 Newton meters. MFD fuel, yes, actually I'll just put it on now. Understeer. That could be the pole position lost. Well, it's gonna be a provisional pole, but others are improving as well. Come on, 53. It was in fact pole position lost. 4 milliseconds, 5. I kept it in 5th gear as well, or 4th gear, and ran it in the pit limiter, but I don't think that was worth 5 milliseconds. These gaps are so tight. 3 liters per lap. So La Honda, I drive 19 Newton meters in the true drive. And then 50 to like 0.5 to 0.65 in-game. Check this ride height again. And the front is quite high. The rear is good. Front is hitting the Packer. So I will reduce the front third Packer by a click. And maybe increase the rear ride height by a click or two. I assume, wait, how many laps is it gonna be? 40, Alex, you said 43 or 14 laps. So I take 45 for the formation, for the safety margin. Anything else? Not really. Yeah, Wunsch is a fast driver. Aston Martins in the GTE grid. I wonder if we are gonna catch them. This guy's not on a hot lap, so 40. So you added that. Yeah, I'm just not sure what exactly is the fuel usage going to be, because we might be like stopping more and accelerating more on high fuel. Well, 2 liters is not really gonna change anything. I just prefer to round up. If it was an esports race, I would have taken the marginal fuel, but yeah. Here we are practicing the most difficult position for the race start, the P2. And to all of you guys who missed the explanation of why the P2 is the most difficult to start, if you're P2 and start ahead of P1, you get penalty. But if you're in any other position, FFB is gone. Okay, it's back. If you're like in any other row, let's say if you're P4 or P6, you can be ahead of P3 or P5. Like you can overtake the car in your row. If you're on pole, even here, like on the road to the start, you have to stay behind. Out of line. Well, it wanted me to go into the wall or what? So, pit limiter on. Finally a good reaction. I never dare sending into turn 1 here. I will overtake GTs. So in the end it's gonna be a jungle. And yeah, the starting procedure, like it's supposedly quite clever and everything, but it's not user friendly. How did he hold that lockup? It's crazy. A lot of smoke, but he actually kind of made the apex. Oh, I could carry so much more speed through there. Straight into the battle. I thought for a moment I could keep it around the outside, but then the understeer struck. Well, the tires are not up to full temp yet. Also, it's bumpy. Yeah, maybe his lower wing, but I don't know. Let's see. Wing clicks are not really high here, like the differences. I would not be surprised if it's like I'm on 6, and I would not be surprised if he's on minimum. He has a bit of top speed advantage for sure. Side by side into T1 every lap, I suppose. Far behind. It was last lap, then would have maybe gone for it. Alex, it's gonna be the last race, this one. I mean, it's 4th race already in a row, so quite a lot of racing. At least in these force feedback levels. Is going to be a better slipstream. Can I carry it around the outside? Let's try. Let's go! Well, he didn't really push into the corner, so it made it a lot easier when he suddenly disappeared from the apex because of the early braking. But still, it's always scary to try around the outside there. But alright. Seem to have a lot of race pace. I attacked the entry a bit too much and there was the bump and the rear said no. This LMP2 on this track, like, I have driven it a couple of times on the default setup because it was fixed race, but on an open setup it's just a completely different experience. So much nicer, so much more grip. But I'm extremely surprised by the pace difference now. It was a missing shift. Because Wunsch was, well, very fast in quali. But now I'm pulling crazy difference in the pace. 1.6 in one lap. I think we have been doing like high 48s here in the fixed. I think it was LMP2 fixed at Sebring previous week. So let's see if we can do a low 48. Although I never know what the weather conditions were on the real road. Ah yeah, Daniel, I have taken the LMP1. I mean, the pace... Wait, have been doing... I need to check later. Maybe we're doing 50s and then high 49s on the fixed setup. Because I feel significantly faster now. But I don't think I can do 48 high even. Wunsch has picked up his pace, I think. Takes the hairpin so well. Yeah, if you go from hypercar to LMP2, it kind of starts feeling like a superpower. There is so much front grip, it's crazy. You just turn in, use the front, it just rotates. I don't know. And yeah, the car got changed, I remember, yes. It's significantly quicker than before. Had a short front right lockup, I think. Heard it and I felt something in FFB maybe. Try to do the 48 before GTEs start coming. Well, 13 seconds. Yeah, I guess this has been the last clean lap without any traffic. It's a beautiful 48.9. 911. Huge lockup, but the car kind of kept driving. And in the hypercars, with lockup like this, you are gone. I saw and heard the big lockup, but it felt like I could feel through FFB that the grip was still there, so I just kept the brake on. Well, Alex, maybe you can try with the suspension settings that I've put into the setup now and feel if it's any better. Expecting a huge lockup into here across the bumps, but I can just keep braking later and later and it just keeps gripping. So good. Let me run the outside. We will he was unhappy about it. Or maybe he just flashed me a hello with the headlights. There is a bit of understeer on throttle. Wouldn't be surprised if the car is having a bit of negative rake. That can be easily fixed in the setup. Also, there is a funny thing with this car. It sounds like it's scraping the ground a lot, but it's not really having any friction. Almost carried too much speed. It's too far for a dive. And normally here I would have to go around the left side, but I guess there was a bit of a gap. This is a terrible corner for the multi-class because it tightens so much, but the Porsche kind of signified that he will stay on the right side. So I was daring to go for the inside. So we have overtaken the whole GTE grid. Maybe let's see if there is still some PB potential left in the tires. Yeah, Alex, sorry, I was driving too fast. But maybe it would have been 11 laps if there was less gap at the start. Ooh, the tires are complaining a little bit now. The pace is still there, but I certainly feel a bit of Monza from yesterday, where at some point the rear started kind of snapping slightly. Yeah, on the exit it's not understeery anymore necessarily. It's time to go to TC cut 5, but I would prefer to put main TC to like 10, but 8 is max. Oh well, Alex, I'm having great fun, so... balance is really good. rear lockup. Interesting. Yeah, Ankash, the lap target is for strategy. So if you put lap target like 1 or 2, but I explain after the corner. Alright, so if you say 1 or 2, like it will adjust the flashing lights on the dash, which I cannot see because of my camera position, but it will flash you where to lift and coast for that fuel lap target. So yeah, it's for fuel saving. And it's quite a clever system if it's able to like calculate optimal lift and coast points. The rear was quite positive around there, but I missed the apex a little bit. This old steering wheel rim, which I have to use now because the Porsche one is in for repairs, it has such thick handles. I actually struggle with them a little bit. But the geometry, like, especially at the bottom, is so thick that like with these smaller fingers I cannot really hold them properly. And then if I used gloves, it would, well, be even harder. There is not 7th gear here, but I keep upshifting. The car is just getting faster and faster, wow. But that's gonna be the last lap now. Well, actually, yeah, the LMP2 it's not that fast on the straights. So sometimes you approach a GTE into a braking zone and it feels like, well, that's an easy pass, but the GTE is having actually quite similar top speeds. And the stopping power is actually not that bad on the GTEs. I guess on the GT3s it's significantly longer. So even if you're very close behind, you cannot really dive. But oh well, this has been the last lap. I need to check the Motec, so I need to really see what lap times we have been doing on the fixed setup, and then just compare the fixed setup ride heights to this setup now. That's a win! Yay! That was a fun race, even though the overtake at the start was maybe a bit easier than expected. Yeah, let's see. So this one, and then where is some Sebring? This one was a faster one. So why don't I use gloves? I feel like for these shorter sprint races, I don't really need them. And at the moment, like, I didn't have any problem gripping this rubber. Like, this rubber is, I don't know, it almost feels like it's conducting the water from the sweat away. Like, it just grips quite a lot. And then other rubber, like from the Porsche grid wheel, it starts to slide. But this is really good. Probably it's extremely toxic with some nano plastics or nano something that like hooks deep into my skin and my both hands will fall off in 3 years. But nah, it's, I mean, I don't know. If it's a longer race, I will for sure wear gloves. But for today, I felt like I don't need them. Right, so we have this race from today. And we have Bahrain. This one. So let's see the ride heights. Yeah, so in fact, this was 1 second quicker. Well, it had the potential. It had the potential to be 1 second quicker. But you can see what the ride heights are doing. On the default setup, they are just too high up. And you can see in the scatter plots that like I'm leaning on the third packer a bit on the straight, which allows me to go lower and softer for the corners. But the default setup is not using that. Well, just a little bit on the rear here for me. So yeah, just generally my ride height is lower and I have lower center of gravity, more downforce. I hope these graphs are visible in my stream. Wait. It should be well visible. And actually, one last check. I wanted to see how much that one click do. This is quali. And then I clicked down on the front. Yeah, you can see here, like long straight. I reduced front packer by 1 click, and you can see that it reduced the drag a little bit because the front was just running too high. I could go down an extra click from here for even more neutral drag. I don't think there was any problem in the corners with bottoming or anything. But I did increase +1 rear ride height, and actually you can kind of see that as well, although it's hard to say because I had more fuel. Yeah, it's a bit higher everywhere. But anyway, quick check on the DR and SR, and I hope I'm back into the gold DR. I'm not. This time it goes straight into rank breakdown. In the previous races it threw me into the main menu. 7. It's a nice gain. Still not back into the gold yet. Well, next time. Until then, well, I hope I didn't ignore the chat too much. Yeah, turn one was extremely good. Like I think I could have used a bit less front ride height because I just had so much ground clearance there. See my PB in the race. Yeah, I'm not even close to that 25 millimeters. Although I guess I should look at this one. This is separate front right and front left. And front right is bottoming a little bit, yeah. But that's not a problem for aero because I think it takes a combination of both. I guess again there is not too much scrapping, or like friction from the scrapping on the ground from the LMB2. And yeah, I'm not really, yeah, well, here, if these dots are visible, it just like curves up a little bit, so maybe at 2 or 3 bumps, I think they're both concentrated on like 2 moments. where I maybe hit a bump a little bit, but yeah, I could decrease the front right height by a click or two, and anyway, I had too much of front packer, so further improvements, but I think I had 4.5 front right height and 1.1 packer, so I could take 1.0 packer and maybe 4.2, 4.3 front right height for even greater performance. Anyway, that's it for today. Alex, thank you a lot for the for the fuel calculations and for the thumbnail. Marvin, have a good night, and well, everybody have a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes and the subs, and see you soon. Bye bye. Where is the button?